We are going to hear today from Carolyn Carman. Carolyn has been in the health and wellness arena with Juice Plus for 22 years and loves helping people take their health up a notch with getting more fruits and veggies and other plant-based foods, and helps people take control of their finances as an affiliate. She loves sharing about the power of plant nutrition and also shares how we can grow our own food. Carolyn's a resource for healthy living in whatever area you're interested in: gut health, energy, diabetes, autoimmune, reducing aches and pains, having better performance, and recovery in human performance. So please join me in welcoming Carolyn Carman.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am so excited to be here. I love this group. I've been a member of the chamber almost 9 years or something like that. And it's been just a blessing to be part of the business community, because when you're a home-based business, you want to have that interaction with other people, right? So I'm curious, how many of you are gardeners or want to be gardeners? Great. How many of you heard me talk about the tower garden before? I know a number of you have. Yeah, thank you. So you're gonna hear more. I might have a thing or two new that you might not know. So I'm all about fruits and vegetables because food is medicine. How many of you agree with that? Food's medicine. Fabulous. So let's see here. How do I get this thing started here? I think it just went off. So let's see. There we go. So I'm just going to touch on this before I start into the, I'm going to talk about fruits and vegetables in a capsule, fruits and vegetables in a soft chew, and, oh, whoops, thank you. This is how I got started 22 years ago. My little boy was sick, having health challenges, and I was looking for an answer. And my neighbor shared these with me, and they were in this little soft chewable form. And I added it to his diet. The doctors wanted me to admit he had asthma and put him on steroids. And he was 2 at the time. And you know, steroids make you feel like you want out of your skin. And I didn't want to put him on medication, so I was looking for an answer. So I got this in my son's body, and within 2 months, he was no longer chronically ill. My husband, his cholesterol went down 60 points within about 6 to 8 months. And my sweet tooth went on he got off of allergy medications as well. And then for me, I used to be a major sweet tooth girl, the dessert girl. And my cravings for sweets went away, and I just had better energy all day long. So I just got super excited about the power of fruits and vegetables. I always thought vitamins were the deal, right? How many people think vitamins are the deal, right? Well, the original source of nutrients are fruits and vegetables, not a man-made synthetic vitamin. So I got super excited. And you know what? It's so interesting. 22 years later, we're still finding out amazing things that we didn't know that fruits and vegetables do for your body. So that's my my Juice Plus plug. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the tower garden. So here's the picture of the tower garden. And oh, I can use the mouse or that clicker thing. Okay. So it's basically an aeroponic growing system. So it is not high, what's the opposite of aeroponic? Hydroponic. So, Vanna, would you like to come up here? So this is part of it right here. Come over here, hon, so I think. So this would fit into the tower garden here, and you would have it would have 5 levels to it with just the average tower garden. And there's 4 quarts on each level. You can get extension kits, and you can also get baby green extensions too. So you can do baby greens as well. But what happens, you want to lean it that way, hon? So this is my husband, Keith. And he's really into the tower garden. He's like, that's his excitement, is helping people grow towers. So this is a rain cap. And what happens is there's a pump down here. I'm taking his part of the show away. It pumps water up, and it filters it down, drips down on it. So I was going to bring rock wool with me, but rock wool is a natural fiber that you get your little seedlings started in. And you put them in the port. This is one of the little neti pot ports. You put the rock wool in one of these. Once you get it a little big, some people start with seeds. I never have started with seeds. I want it to be about 1.5, 2 inches tall before I stick it in here. And then you stick it in here and stick it back in the port. And then we also have these amazing new LED lights that are like 4 arms that come around the tower garden, and you can move them in or out. So as the plant gets bigger, you can move the arms further out. But this works so that you can grow indoors or outdoors. And we have 2 of them going right now. We've had them going since probably the beginning of March. And we are loaded with the best salads. Oh my goodness. And I don't know if you guys use greens in your smoothies. We also have kale and spinach for our smoothies, and there's lots of variety. I wrote down the variety, but right now we have cucumbers. Although my cucumber's not doing so great, I'm going to tell you why. It's indoors, and if you're going to have it indoors, you want to pollinate it. So you can use a toothbrush to pollinate, or you can use a little fan. I've done neither. So I've got 2 cucumbers off my thing. There's lots of little starts, but if I would have pollinated it, I think I would have had a better harvest. But all the other greens are just crazy, going really, really full. And then there's a certain point, if you're gardeners, you probably know that lettuces and things start to bolt. And so they're bitter when they bolt. So they start to get a little bloom on them and a flower. And you want to pinch that off before it even gets to that point, and it won't go as bitter as fast. But so then when I get to that point, I always have starts. I was going to bring my starts this morning, but I always keep extra starts going. And that way I can change things out when I'm not liking them. Like I really wanted to grow my towers for visual showing it this year. So I put things in it that I normally don't put in it. I have snap peas in it, which I just yanked because I wasn't getting any kind of fruit off of it. So I want something that gives me something back. So that's what I usually do is lettuces and spinach and mustard and kale and chard and the things that are bigger producers, right? Do you want to talk about the tonic solution? Because we're talking about the natural mineral solution.
Yeah, so the solution that we use, it's from the earth, and when we mix there's an A and B. So for 20 gallons, you put 400 milliliters of tonic of each A and B in, and the base holds 20 gallons of water. So we were just gone for about 2 weeks, and we're growing indoors, and I added 5 gallons of water to it indoors. In a normal summer, when you actually have nice weather, I probably would have added 10 to 15 gallons because of evaporation. So growing indoors, there's a bonus to it. We have the lights on for 14 hours and off for 10, because like anything, you want things to sleep. The pump, when you're growing indoors, it pumps from the base up through the center, and like she shared, goes into this rain cap, and it just dribbles down, and it's on 15 and off 45 every hour stuff. Most people, if you have lettuce in a refrigerator, you're probably not going to go in there and just take pieces and eat it, because it doesn't taste that good. When we're actually harvesting off this stuff tastes just amazing. It's a lot of lettuces in the stores are everything's limp. This stuff, and we should have brought some, because it's just amazing and stuff. It takes about probably a half an hour to put this together. And then when you first set it up, you have to get the pH set right. And then, like I said, we were gone 2 weeks, and I checked the pH and it was right on. But as the plants get bigger, your pH changes a little bit. So you have to kind of monitor that and change it. But it is a lot of fun. We just set one up in Chelan for an individual.
A friend at a winery has one now. She has a farm. It's called Chelan Valley Farms. And so they have apples and pumpkins and flowers and winery, and she's got the tower garden there too. She had them in the schools over there.
And like Carolyn said, a lot of certain things bolt. So we have a second home in Chelan, so I would go over on the weekends and she'd come back maybe once a week every month. And I always thought they were doing so good, but I didn't realize you're supposed to take care of the bolting. So when she'd come back, she goes, "What the hell did you do to your calendar?" Didn't look so good. So there is some maintenance to do to make things so they don't flower and stuff.
Yeah, he's really good on the technical thing and the pH and setting it up, and he can answer questions that I should probably know, but I don't. I'm the farmer girl. I plant the seeds and get it going and pick it and clean it and make the salads. And, you know, it's very, very fun and it's really, really easy. And the cool part about it is that it only uses 10% of the water and 10% of the land. And as you know, things are changing, you know, water is a commodity these days. You know, we're starting to have drought around here. And I forget the number and I wanted to look at it. But, you know, right now we have 7 billion people on the earth. By 2050, there's going to be 3 more billion. And we won't be able to feed people, right? So I don't know if you guys ever worry about food security, but when COVID was here, did you start to think about it? Or, you know, like sometimes you have these outbreaks of E. coli with spinach or lettuces and stuff. This is a way to grow your own food, have the most nutrient dense food, because what Keith said, the A and B solution, the guy that created this, Tim Blank here, he was the master horticulturist at the Epcot Center at the land. And he grew all this aeroponically. He wanted to figure out how to do it for individuals. And he was from the Midwest. So he figured out he was the one that created the Tower Garden. Well, he worked with NASA. So flat versions of this go into space with the astronauts so they can have produce. And they have 21 ionic minerals in it. So it's more nutrient dense than anything growing in the ground. University of Mississippi has done a research study, and our soil isn't as nutrient dense as it used to be. I know there's ways to make it more nutrient dense, but in general, lots of times farmers are growing the same harvest over and over. So our produce isn't as nutrient dense as it could be. I think one of the California universities says it takes 20 bowls of spinach to get the nutrients that you would have gotten 1 bowl 20 years ago. And also think about how we're shipping produce and we're using so much fossil fuel and how it's really not helping the environment. By growing our own, we can help save on the environment and make it more sustainable. It's sustainable and also help the earth and help with all that's going on.
And also, if you haven't noticed, things are getting a little more expensive. So to go to the store and buy your fruits and vegetables, it's pretty expensive now. So being able to grow at home will save you a lot of money.
Yeah, people say sometimes, you know, is it expensive? Well, if you eat about $15 worth of lettuces or greens a week, it will pay for itself. And after the first year, then now it's making money for you. So it really doesn't cost. I've had we have 3 of them. We used to have 4. I gave 1 to a school, but we have 2 of them growing right now. But our first one we had, I don't know, something like 10 years ago. We got our first one somewhere about 10 years ago. We've grown outside, we've grown inside. Since we're away from it, it's nice to grow inside because you don't have to worry about bugs as much. Because outside you do have to watch. You have to watch for aphids. You can get these little other little black things. But we put little sticky strips so if there's any bugs that they get caught by the sticky stick. And there's also, we haven't tried this, but we're going to. We don't have a problem in the house and it's been going since March. But outside you have to pay attention. Some of the certain plants attract those things. Like the ones that I've noticed that attract are peppers. Peppers seem to attract. I'm not exactly sure which other one, but I have all the tips and tricks. And so we always want to have soapy water in a bottle. And if you get them when it's first, you just spray them with a little soapy water and then rinse them with more water. Or you use neem oil. With neem oil, it's all organic, so you can still eat your food with neem oil. It's not toxic or anything. So what's great is you don't have any chemicals really on your food. Like I haven't had to use neem oil or any of that stuff on my tower that I started in March. So I know I've got super clean produce. I don't have to worry about my neighbor's runoff in my garden, although I do have a garden in Chelan, but there's nobody above me. Or, you know, some animal in my garden. So I like it because it's just easy and clean and it grows 3 times faster than in the ground because it's oxygenated, because it's aeroponic. So the roots don't sit in the water. They just get the water dripped on them. So 3 times faster. In fact, I guess I don't have it here. I thought I put it here. There, it was just, we've gotten a couple different acknowledgements lately. I must have put it under here or something. Yep. We got in 2021, we got the #1 indoor growing system from NBC News. And then we've been in Better Home and Gardens just recently. And then there's one more thing. And there's 2 styles. There's the home version, which I don't know if you can actually see this. I don't think this presentation talk does it, but home version is slimmer. I like this one because of the flat, the basin's flat. The home version's slimmer and doesn't have as many ports. It has more ports for the microgreens. I like to have as much ports for the big stuff. I don't want the microgreens because you cut the microgreens and then you're done. Now you have to start all over. So I like something with this, you can just pick the outer leaves and it keeps going and going and going until it bolts, or, you know, until it's too long and you know that you need to change it. But I thought I had a picture of the other stuff, of the other style. So fun to have that. And it's nice to be able to, you know, like I said, save on the environment by having it local. Here's some of the stuff. It's also in not only the O'Hare airport, which I've got to go there and see. It's in, we just got put in Yankee Stadium. It's also in the stadium in California. I can't think of it right now. It's in my notes, but I'd have to look through them. But they're using 4th graders to teach the lessons about this. And, you know, if kids grow their own, they'll eat more fruits and vegetables. So I had this at the Edmonds Boys and Girls Center before they took it out. And I thought I was going to have a lot of ranch dressing to get them to want to eat the stuff. It wasn't the way it was. The boys loved to eat the arugula because it was like daring, and the girls would eat all this stuff. I let them plant the seeds so that they were part of the process. And I was trying to teach them about it and about, you know, why fruits and vegetables are so good. And I was going to go to the dollar store and get them prizes. And I was doing these little quiz for them. They didn't want dollar store stuff. They wanted, of all things, jicama sticks. I brought jicama sticks once. I would have tried to bring something new to expose them to, because a lot of kids haven't had different veggies and stuff. And they weren't interested in the cheap toys. They wanted jicama sticks. And they didn't need the ranch dressing. They were just willing to pick it off when I came that day. So it was so much fun. And, you know, one of my friends is Stephen Ritz. Stephen Ritz is a teacher in New York, in the worst congressional district there is in New York. It's kind of where they throw all the old tires and it's industrial. It's not a pretty place. And he started growing in pots because the kids there's only one store there, and it's like a 7-Eleven or it's not good food, you know, it's just like a cigarette store kind of place. And so he's like, these kids are not getting nutrition like they need to. So he started growing pots and teaching the kids about the plants. Well, then he got introduced to the tower gardens. So he's using them. He's created a whole curriculum for them. In fact, we even have, is part of this thing called Whole Kids Foundation, where we can get once a year, a grant comes open for $3,000 for a school to buy a tower and all the supplies they need to run the curriculum. So it's fabulous for STEM. So if you know any teachers that you think might be interested, let me know, because the next time it comes up, I can be prepared, because I usually find out about it and the window's not that long. But I've tried to do it for 2 years and I'm, I get people interested, but they're not interested fast enough and the window's not that big. So love to get a school $3,000 in Tower Garden and the curriculum. Teachers love it. I know a lot of people teach schools that do have it. My Texas group she has, I can't even name how many schools that she's gotten down there, but Stephen Ritz has gotten Teacher of the Award. He's taken these huge Tower Garden things to Dubai and stuff, and they're teaching there. They're using it to teach. China has something like, don't quote me because I probably, 400,000 acres of food under glass. We have nothing like that. So if there was ever a break in our food chain, we don't have it. China's ahead. So I think this is a really great idea to have your own food and to be prepared. I've got a wonderful, wonderful video on food sovereignty or food security if you're interested. The creator of the Tower Garden, and there's a guy that has a tower farm in Arizona. His name is Troy Albright. Troy Albright is a pharmacist. He was a pharmacist, PHARMACIST, but now he's a pharmacist, FARMIST. He has, I don't know how many of these, and they're like 24 or 30 feet tall. And I was going to show a video. I probably don't have time to show that. It was only 2 minutes of his video, but I already kind of covered all this stuff.
About 2 minutes.
Pardon?
About 2 minutes. more.
2 minutes left? Okay.
And then
I already talked about all this. I just kind of did my own thing. Restaurants are using them because it's great to have your own source of plants and herbs and stuff. And the price has gone up. But what's great is that they will finance it over 12 months with no interest. So it's about $60 a month. It's actually less than $60 a month for this style. The lights are extra. The lights are $325. But there's a way that if you're interested, I can share how you can save money. And if any of this stuff appeals to you, we love to share our affiliate program so that you can save money or share with loved ones if you're interested in helping people get healthier and making a difference, because we really do have a solution to our healthcare system. We just aren't educated enough. Most people, in our busy lives, it's just not easy to eat 7 to 13 fruits and vegetables a day. I mean, how easy is that, right? It isn't, but it's really where all the healing and repair nutrients are. So thank you for letting me share. And would anybody have any questions?
Carolyn, I've got a question.
Yeah.
So at home, do you have those in your garage?
We have like a room where the guys have all their tools and stuff. So
Junk
like,
room.
it's a junk room. It's a junk room. And we turn off the heat fence and that's where they are.
So do you move those ones outside in the summer?
When we're spending more time in Edmonds, if we're home for summer in Edmonds, they would be on our deck because we face west.
Okay, so if you're moving it outside, can you take each section apart?
No,
You have to roll the whole thing out?
Yeah, this doesn't show it, but they have a really nice dolly with probably, 3 or 4 inch wheels, so it rolls really nice and stuff.
you can take the top off and then empty the basin and then put it back together down there. Yeah.
Yeah, as you know, I'm a gardener at home. And it's not been super weather really yet, so I've got all my seeds waiting to be planted.
I hear you. I mean, I garden in the dirt too in Chelan. I've got tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchini and a few other things, but I'm for both. But I just love the ease of this. Jim?
Can you grow stuff in there all year round? Like, we're limited here, due to the months and stuff. So Like if you have lettuce or something that grows in certain seasons, you can grow it all year round.
You can grow it all year round with the lights. As long as you have the lights, you're good. I mean, I have people in Barrow, Alaska. I've sold at least 8 of them to Barrow, Alaska, because they don't have much produce. They don't have much light. So yeah, and my one friend Susie, she's a nurse, she's a village nurse. So she leaves her tower for a few weeks, comes back and still has it. And people have been so impressed up there that that's why there's 8 of them up there now.
Do the LED lights work as well? I got some from.
We started with T5s, but I like the LED better. What do
Yeah,
you?
LEDs, they actually fit on the top of the cap, and they're more like an octopus arm, like this, so as, when things are small, you have them in, and then you can move them out like this, and they work great.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You were mentioning that you guys are using a 2-part solution, A and B. How much is that? Is that, I'm assuming I have to keep buying?
It's
something?
$60 for, is it half gallon when you need more?
Gallon.
You get some with the original, but that'll last you about 6 months, and then half gallon, and that lasts, well, if you're growing all year long, a year, would that last a little over a year?
Yeah.
That lasts a little over a year.
So $60 for a year's worth of solution?
Yep.
And where are we purchasing all this stuff at?
I have a website. I've got cards. I've got the flyer there, but and you get me and Keith, and we like to really support people. Like I've sold at least 8 or 10 this year already because of the food security video. People are like, and my one girlfriend's in Mount Vernon and seeing what's going on farming. So yeah, we support you. You know, I have my card and love to share more with you and also guide you before you just choose. Like I like to show people what they need before they order, because you can, if you, I'm probably going over, I'll be real quick. If whatever you order on the first thing gets in that financing, if you prefer, with no interest. And if you decide to order stuff later, then you have to pay in full.
Is that the only thing that I need to purchase to keep it going all year round is the solution?
In the beginning, yes, you'll need Rockwell down the road. And I get Rockwell sometimes from Sky Nursery.
And the initial purchase, they give you a solution of pH up and down, I don't know, half quart. They send you a pH test kit, so that stuff lasts you for a long time.
It's kind of a comment, but also kind of a question. I love that, is when you go to buy lettuce anymore, you can't get it unless it's in one of those plastic clamshells, and they're not recyclable. And the bags are kind of recyclable, but you have to wash them out, and then it's questionable whether it actually gets recycled. I really like this concept for that, but when you get like the solution, the vitamin solution, is that container recyclable?
I do not believe it is.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think we're there yet, to be honest. But I like your point. I appreciate that. And this is gonna last a lifetime. This is, you know, you'll find other things out there that might look like it, but you don't have to ever worry about that. Like Tim Blank worked on this for a long time to get the plastic right. So it's food grade plastic. So no, there will be no leaching of anything into your food, none.
Here's a question from Olivia.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah.
Can you grow any kinds of seeds? Can you purchase your own seeds at
Yeah.
the nursery
Yeah.
and all that? Okay,
Yes.
Great.
I'm learning about seeds too, because seeds will last long if you keep them in the fridge and you do airtight. So lots of tips. But thank you for your attention. Thank you so much.